and I'm so glad you're here. This is a full body flow, so it's energizing. I hope it'll just get things moving, get the joints warmed, feeling a little looser, a little lighter, a little brighter. If you'd like to have 2 blocks, have those nearby, and we shall drop in. Let's bring the hands together at the heart. So from prayer, please open the middle 3 fingers, lotus mudra. So the pinky edges and the thumb edges of the hands stay touching, and there's this opening. So let us be open to whatever shows up in our practice today, however comfortable, uncomfortable, however busy the mind, however sleepy the energy. Let's be open and use the present moment as our teacher. Please breathe in through your nose. Breathe out through your nose. One more time like that. Breathe in through your nose. Then breathe out through your nose. Let's come onto hands and knees. Move around a little bit. Just see where the body wants to go. And then walk your hands forward slightly. Take a breath in, and then breathe out, sink into a child's pose. Let your forehead come close to the earth, maybe it touches. And then right away, come back up and narrow your hands so your thumbs touch. Sink back again, child's pose. Stretching into the shoulders a little bit here. Inhale, rise back up. And then crisscross your hands, right wrist on top of left. Breathe out, sink back. Stay this time, breathe in. And breathe out. Inhale, rise. Let's switch it. Left wrist underneath. Breathe out to sink back. Stay here. Breathe in. Inhale, rise. Tuck your toes. Take a seat on your heels. Shake out your wrists. Shake it, shake it, shake it. Give them a little twirl, a little whirl. And then untuck your toes, rise up on your knees. Interlace your fingers, flip your palms forward and up. Keep your shoulders nice and relaxed. You might lift your chin, take an inhale. Notice my elbows are slightly bent. And then breathe out, lean to the left, side body stretch. Keep pressing through your right knee. Inhale, rise up. Over to the other side, lean to your right, but press through your left knee. Inhale, rise up. This time, child's pose, sweep your arms behind you. Lay your belly on your thighs. You can cup your heels with your fingertips. Let your forehead rest. Breathe into the back of your waist. Can you feel that? Feel that spot. Let your exhale dissolve tension. Take one more breath in, and then we're going to get moving. Tuck your toes. Bring your hands to the ground. Forward fold. Standing forward fold right from here. So lift your butt, drop your head. Widen your feet, please. Take opposite hands to opposite elbows. Let your head hang. You might take a couple kind of breaths. Flutter it. You could sway, you could be still. Let your head, the back of the head, completely release. Hands to shins, halfway lift, breathe in. Breathe out and let it go. Again, just like that, halfway lift, breathe in. Breathe out, please let it go. Bend your knees more, drop your head more. Dangle your arms this time. Slowly roll up to stand. Knees are bent as you roll up. Let your head stack last. look forward. Drop your arms by your sides, heel toe your feet so you're standing comfortably sturdy. Feet under your hips. And then slowly walk to the top of your mat. Stand in mountain pose, Tadasana, feeling 3 points from the feet. Big toe mound, pinky side, and the center of the heel. Press down through that triangle of the foot and then inhale your arms up, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Step your right foot to the back of your mat. Keeping your fingertips on the ground, lower your right knee and look forward with your eyes, but also your heart. Downward dog, breathe out. Arms long, but shoulders away from the ears. Come forward to plank pose. You could always lower your knees, we're still getting warm. And then everybody lower your knees, child's pose, sink your seat to your heels. Come back to plank pose, inhale. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog, exhale. Stay here for a full breath in. And a full breath out. Without lifting your right leg, step it forward between your thumbs. Take your right arm to the sky, find a twist. Let your heart stretch forward even as you twist. Top of your mat. Right hand touches down, left foot next to right, halfway lift. Breathe out, take a bow, empty. Rise tall, flat back, arms up, breathe in. Prayer to heart, lotus mudra. Let the fingertips part. Inhale, lotus mudra rises up. Flat back, come all the way down. Step your left foot long to the back of your mat. Lower the knee, keep your fingertips on the earth, heart beams forward. Downward dog, take it back, sit bones high. Try softly bending the knees today so the inner thighs can stretch back. And then plank pose, inhale. Let your heart peek forward, slightly strong legs. Lower your knees, child's pose, breathe out. Inhale, hands and knees. Exhale, downward facing dog, empty your breath. Without lifting left leg, step it forward between your thumbs. Take a twist, left arm to the sky. Left hand to the ground, step forward. Halfway lift, palms to shins. You can really telescope the spine forward. Keep the neck long, don't look up. Exhale, bow. Rise it tall, breathe in. Lotus above. Lotus at heart. Let's go one more round each side. Breathe in. Bow forward, breathe out. So variations of sun salutations here. Step your right foot back, lower the knee, peek the heart forward, inhale. Downward diggity dog, breathe it out. Plank pose, inhale. Lower the knees, child's pose, exhale. Inhale, hands and knees. Exhale, downward dog. Stay, breathe in. Stay, breathe out. Step right foot forward, inhale. Right arm opens, twist to exhale. Don't worry if you're not matching my speed exactly. Move at your speed. Take your right hand down, step forward and lengthen your spine, palms to shin, neck stays long, gaze is to the earth. And then exhale, bow. Flat back to rise, lotus mudra above. Lotus to the heart. Last time, breathe in, reach up. Breathe out, bow forward. Step the left foot back, long lunge, lower the knee, lift the heart. Squeeze the shoulder blades a little bit, down dog is your exhale. Plank. Child's pose. Trust that you know the way. Inhale, hands and knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. Without lifting the left leg, step it forward, inhale. Left arm to the sky as you exhale. Put your left hand down and step forward as you inhale, palms to shins. Exhale, fold and empty your breath. Rise tall to stand, lotus mudra. Exhale, land your mudra in front of your heart. You can close your eyes here if you'd like. Let's recalibrate our breath, smooth it out. Feel your heartbeat. Lotus mudra is said to be connected to the heart center. It's the symbol of purity, clarity. Please take your hands to your hips. Step your right foot back, warrior one. So your right toes are at an angle toward the top right side of your space, but your hips aim forward. Feel like your inner right thigh wraps back, left knee lunges just over the left heel, and then stretch your arms up. How's your breathing? Lace your hands behind your back, please. Inhale, let your heart open. If your hands don't lace, just keep them wide like a cape. And then keep that, but start to bow forward, left shoulder toward left knee for humble warrior. You can let your head drop down, stay connected through your back foot. And then inhale, lift your eyes and heart. Sweep your right arm forward and then open up warrior two, so you will have to adjust your feet a little bit. So you can have a look, your front heel bisects your back arch if you were to draw a line between the two. And then shoulders over your hips. Stretch your arms out, look past your left fingertips. Settling into breath. Stay just as you are in the legs, front knee over front heel, and then reverse your warrior here. Left arm reaches up and back. Stay here. Imagine your left knee and your left fingers reach in two opposite directions. Start to lengthen your left leg. Press through the ball of the left foot for reverse triangle. So now your front leg is long as you reach up and back. And we'll head toward triangle pose. Left hand stretches forward. Outer right hip tacks back behind you. So please feel those two directions. Outer left hip back, left arm forward. Sorry, outer right hip back, left arm forward. Your left hand can come down to your shin or a block or the ground. As you reach your right arm up, spin your chest a little bit more toward your right hand. So there is actually a twist in this pose. And then let your sternum stretch forward toward the top of your mat. Take your right arm over your right ear, and then take your right arm behind your back for a half bind. Snuggle your right shoulder blade behind the heart. You might look up. Take another big breath. I'm here with you. And then breathe out, look at your front foot. Lunge to the top of your mat. So hands come down, back heel lifts. Step forward, right foot next to left. Palms to shins. Breathe in. Breathe out, let it go. Stand tall, lotus mudra. Up and overhead. Lotus to your heart. Find your breath again. Let this be a little pause moment to reset, recalibrate. Hands to hips, please. Step your left foot all the way to the back of your mat. Warrior one. Bend your front knee. Let your shoulders release. Steering your left hip forward. Send your arms alongside your ears. Let your shoulders relax even though your arms reach up. Exhale, take your hands behind you. You can lace your fingers or stretch them long like a cape. Lift your heart, shoulders away from the ears, and keep that space in the heart as you tip the chest forward, bowing, humble warrior. You can drop the head. Keep connected through both feet, especially your back foot. And then take your left arm forward. Warrior two, let your left arm glide open to help you kind of sweep up and wide. And then adjust your feet so your front heel would bisect your back arch. Front knee is over front heel, more or less. Stretch the arms out wide, shoulders over hips. Look at your front fingers. How's your breathing? Reverse your warrior. Feel opposition between your front inner knee and your right fingertips. And then space between your right earlobe and your right shoulder. Space between your inhale and exhale. Start to lengthen your front leg to up and back, reverse triangle. And then we're headed toward triangle, so press through the ball of your right foot. As you tip forward, start to reach the right arm forward before you drop it down. Forward as much as you can, right hand can come to shin, or block, or floor, left arm to sky. Feel your right rib cage revolve toward your left. And as the pubic bone draws toward the belly, the sternum gets space. Take your left arm over your left ear. And then your left arm behind you, half bind. Forearm can rest on the back, or maybe the fingers from the top of your right thigh. You might look up. How is the breath going? Keep it clear. Keep the body strong but clear so you can receive your breath. Free your hands, look down, low lunge. Right knee bends, back heel lifts. Step forward, halfway lift, breathe in, palms to shins. Telescope the spine. Breathe out, bow, empty, let it go. Rise tall to stand, lotus mudra above, lotus at the heart. Take your left hand to your left hip, and then catch your right foot behind you, so right heel toward your butt. Glue your inner knees together, so check it out, inner knees are close. This is a great place to be, you're in a quad stretch. If you have further to go, send your left arm to the sky. We're setting up for dancer, some of you know where we're going. If you are ready to head further, great. If you want to stay here, also great. Kick your right foot into your right hand. Stretch your left arm, not just forward, but also up. You'll feel that really kind of turn on the heat. Keep your inner right thigh reaching up. So your right hip wraps forward, just like warrior one. Take another big breath. Take a curtsy on the way out. Right knee comes behind the left, and then touch the right ball of the foot down. Lace the fingers if they clasp, and take a bow. As you stand on the left foot, draw the right knee into the chest. Lace the fingers around the shin. Pull it up, pull it in. And then step right foot next to left. Give yourself a little shimmy shake. Tadasana, please. Mountain pose. Full breath in through the nose. Take a sigh out the mouth. Stand on your right foot this time. Right hand to right hip. Bend your left knee. Catch your left foot behind you. Bring your inner knees close. They might even touch. This helps to even out the pelvis a little bit. Set your eyeballs on something that's not the screen. So you have a one-pointed focus. Take your right arm to the sky. Take a full breath in, and then as you breathe out, kick back with your foot and stretch up and forward with your right arm. So remembering, this is not a hip opener, this is a back bend. So with the left hip, we don't want it turning open, we want the left hip turning forward, actually. Inner left thigh lifts up. Take another full breath. Curtsy on your way out. Left knee kind of tacks behind the right. Hands wing behind you, drop your head. Stand on your right foot and draw your left knee into your chest. Whoa, I'm wobbling because I'm switching positions a little bit. Hug it in, you might even lean back. And then step your left foot next to your right. Give yourself a little shimmy shake. All right. Mountain pose, full breath in. And full breath out. Step your feet a little bit wider, turn your toes out, your heels in. Let's sit into Malasana squat. You can take your lotus mudra again as you widen your knees by drawing the inner elbows out. Let the back of the skull lift and the collarbones smile. And then notice where you feel. Notice where you can breathe. The symbol of purity, of clarity, connecting to heart center. Just let it draw your attention inward. Good. Let's stay for one more exhale. Let it complete without rushing. And then release your hands, take them behind you just to help yourself recline. And please come onto your back. Stretch your arms long. Full body stretch. Bend your knees. Bring your feet back down to the ground and hug your right knee into your chest. Lengthen your left leg again and draw your right knee over to the left as you breathe out, finding a twist. You could turn your gaze toward your right. You could extend your right arm to the right. Stay with smooth inhales and smooth exhales. Roll over onto your back again. Put both feet on the ground and make sure your hips feel centered. So if you scooched your hips to one side, just get yourself centered. That's what we're here for, right? You can scoot your hips a little to the left. Draw your right leg long and your left knee into your chest. Exhale, left knee comes over to the right, find your twist. You can turn your gaze again over toward the left. As long as your neck feels okay there. Untangle yourself. Bring your feet to the ground. Bring your hips back through center. Please draw the knees in toward the chest, hands on top of the knees. All right, stay with me. Widen your knees away from each other and then stir them away from you and then back together. You can look up here if you need a visual, drawing circles with the knees. So they move away from each other and then back together. And notice which way you're going so that you can now reverse the direction of your circles. And then let's take a happy baby, y'all. Bring your knees close to your armpits. Soles of the feet shine up to the sky. And listen closely here. If you always reach for your feet and that causes your head or your shoulders to lift, take your hands to your outer shins or your outer thighs instead. Keep the back of your head connected to the ground, the shoulders connected, and the tailbone. So notice if the tailbone's curling up. And adjust your hands so you can support a long spine. Breathe into your belly, your back, and your waist. Stay just as you are, or bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees widen for a floating butterfly. You can bring your hands to your outer feet. Let your knees continue to widen away from you. Keep the feet pressing together. Keep the breath nice and smooth. And whether you're in child's or happy baby, I knew it was something to do with a baby, child's pose, baby pose, happy baby, or floating butterfly, please one at a time bring your feet to the ground. Take any last little wiggles, any last little stretches that you need before lengthening your body on your mat for rest. And then go ahead and let your feet widen a little bit and your toes flop out. So your legs can totally relax. You can rest your arms by your sides or take your hands to your lower belly. And then let your jaw ungrip. Let your eyebrows relax. Take a full breath in, please. The biggest breath of your day. Fill yourself all the way up. And then with a ha, let it go. Ha. Have more time today, or your body needs rest, please stay here. If you're ready to transition onto what's next, let's do so intentionally. Wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, open and close your mouth a couple times. And then draw your knees in toward your chest, roll over onto your side. Pause there again. Let the weight of your body be super heavy. And when you're ready to roll up to a seat, do so being thoughtful about your neck. And then find a tall seat. Let's come back to lotus mudra. There's a Sanskrit mantra. That's Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, and it translates to mean the jewel is in the lotus. And the lotus is this flower that grows in a swamp. But it continues to blossom, and it continues to open, and it continues to grow toward the sunlight. So the jewel is in this continuation, this dedication to rising up again. Thank you so much for spending your practice with me. Thank you for making your practice a priority today. I'll see you next time. Be sure to check out my Instagram at Mindfulish and my website mindfulish.org for trainings, retreats, and live classes.